to the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. Around Town Radio Show. That's where I go for the latest planned info. So Around Town Radio Show for the music that comforts my soul.
Oh, yeah. Welcome, everybody. Live at noon here from the Hall Around Town Radio Studios in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. Welcome to the program, everybody. It's Wednesday with the band. And without any further, I'm going to bring my guests in today. We've got a lot of them here. It's going to look like the Brady Bunch, ladies and gents. Here we go. Hi, Kathy. Kathy's up there. Ann is with me. The lovely Gina McCann and the multi-talented Johnny Fink in the house. How you guys doing today? It's good to see you.
Good.
Great to have you with us. Hey, we're talking Lebanon Blues Fest today. Festival, I'm sorry, let me say that. Lebanon Blues Festival. I like the whole word. And we're talking about a great event going on this weekend, Friday and Saturday, in the beautiful town of Lebanon, Ohio. And I've been there to their third Friday events on Mulberry and all that. It's an amazing place and setting and so on. And Kathy, why don't you lead off up there, if you will, a little bit about what we've got going on. You're the Optimist Club president, and you're helping present this thing.
Well, actually, it is our festival, the Blues Festival. This is our 25th year. It is the major fundraiser for the Lebanon Optimist Club. So there are about 10, 15 of us that put this thing on. It's a 2-day festival. All the money we make is donated to child serving organizations in Warren County and Lebanon. So all the money we make stays right here. So come and buy beer because you're helping children by buying alcohol, believe it or not.
All right, we'll take that. Well, and it's going to be warm. I mean, it's definitely warm this time of year. So, you know, a frosty adult beverage never hurt anybody. But you've got so much going on with this, along with fantastic music. 11 musical acts over the weekend, which is a lofty goal in itself, but you guys have so much going on with it, and you're involved as well. You're the festival chairperson. Mm-hmm. You tell me about some other things that are happening here besides just the music lineup.
The music lineup is incredible, and we're so happy to have Johnny and Gina with us to share their talents. But along with the music, Friday night basically is music, but we do have the food vendors and our artisan vendors will be there. So there is other stuff to see and do and eat. Then Saturday morning, we bring in a classic car cruise in. And in the afternoon, we're going to have a motorcycle. We're the after party for another charitable motorcycle ride. So there is so much to do.
Wow. And Lebanon is such a unique and cool town from the point of being able to just stroll around down there and visit all kinds of things. Now, is this going to be basically in the park area there, or is it going to be in the streets? You're shutting down the streets.
We shut down the streets.
So basically the same setup as you would do if people have been there on the third Friday events and that kind of thing.
It's a little more than that because we shut down Broadway also on Saturday. So we take up most of the downtown. The streets are closed. We have artisans and craft vendors, food vendors, the car show, that's all in the street. So we pretty well shut down downtown while we're there.
Well, I'm sure the people like you bringing all these folks to town, and I've been to events there. Like I said, it's packed down there, and it's a wonderful time. So with this said, we've got a huge musical lineup, and I'm going to get to Johnny and Gina in just a few minutes, some of my favorite bluesy artists here. But let's talk about this music lineup for a minute. I was looking over the list, and you start on Friday night with your first musical act at 5:30. Who wants to take it away and chat about Friday's events?
Ann, you want to take that?
Sure. So we have 3 bands on Friday. So it'll be Little Red and the Rooster, and then we have Authorized Personnel, and then the Sean Booker Damn It Band. So some of those have played our festival in the past, and so they all three put on a really good show. So come and see it.
So Friday night going till 10 o'clock with Sean Booker, it looks like there. And we can throw those times in real quick. Or if you can see the time scrolling at the bottom of your page, you can go to a website and tell them your website so they can go find all the information about this event.
It's LebanonBluesFestival.com.
Got it. LebanonBluesFestival.com, folks, and check that out if you can. And let me bounce down to Johnny Fink for a minute. First and foremost, can I just say how much I love you two together, playing together. I've said that a few times in my life, and I'll throw in my signature line for Gina later. But you guys have become quite the phenomenon in the blues community locally, and also now going to be nationally. So, Johnny, take it away and tell us about playing this festival and what you think about it.
Well, I think this is my fourth time playing this festival, and I appreciate Kathy and Ann for having us. And honestly, I've played a lot of blues festivals over a lot of years, and honestly, this is one of my favorite ones to play. The setting is great. The people are great. And the people are really into the music. Sometimes people just show up to blues festivals and just sit there and talk. People come to hear the music at this festival. So I'm really excited to play, and nobody's mentioned it, but there's a theme this year called Women in the Blues. So all of the 9 acts are fronted by a female singer. So it's sort of a unique twist on it, and all of the bands are phenomenal. In fact, the two of the bands that played on Friday night, Little Red and Sean Booker, have been finalists at the IBC, so International Blues Challenge. So we're not talking about just your everyday, weekend blues bands. These are phenomenal acts that we're happy to be playing alongside.
And I'm scrolling the Saturday names that are up there, and yeah, I mean, there's some of my favorites in there. Obviously, I love Sharon Lane. I've seen her play numerous times. I see her each year at the Last Waltz reenactment on Thanksgiving weekend that they do up here in the Dayton area, and just Lady Joya. I mean, you can't get any better than that. And then you got Teeny Tucker Band. Right. Lots of ladies that are going to be fronting this with some powerhouse vocals. And I'm just going to say, Gina McCann over there, Johnny, your sidekick in this blues journey. I'm going to joke about it, Gina. She probably hates me for this, but I always describe her with the girl with the voice like butter sprinkled with cayenne pepper on it, because it's spicy, it's great, it's powerful. And I can't say enough about you, Gina. And what do you think about playing this event? Is this your first time playing it?
This is my first time, and I am super excited about it. Johnny, actually, just to mirror what he just said, he was telling me last weekend what a great festival that this was and how exciting it's going to be. So I'm pretty excited for it.
Well, and I noticed just a minute ago that it got the Ed Sawicki endorsement. And anytime you have a blues festival that is endorsed by Mr. Ed Sawicki, it's a good one. I love Ed and his photography and so on. And Johnny and Gina, what do you guys have in store for this? What are you bringing to the table?
Well, I was hoping you would ask me something like that. So in roughly 2 weeks, Gina and I and the rest of the band will be going into the studio to start our first CD. So we have a lot of new songs that nobody's heard. So my whole thing is always to try a song in front of real people and see what the reaction is. And if you get a good reaction, you got a good song. So we'll be trying out some of our newest material that some of which has not even been heard by anybody other than the band. So we're pretty excited to debut some of our new material there, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that as well. You guys seem to always pull a rabbit out of the hat. You always have something new coming, and I love that about you two. And when you played a festival, I was working Spring Fest not too long ago. You guys just blew the crowd away. And I will tell anyone watching today, if you've never seen Gina McCann sing, and Johnny, and are you having the whole band here? Or is it just the two of you?
No, it's the full band. Yes,
the full band. So yeah, if it's Johnny and the band and Gina singing, it will turn heads. The minute that first vocal note comes out of her amazingly big pipes out of such a little person. It just blows me away, and I can't say enough about it. And people will be thrilled to have you guys at this festival. I need to bump up to Kathy for a minute. Kathy, I missed this earlier. You said it's your big fundraiser for the Optimist Club. Many Optimist clubs do things, they do flags for the city, or they do all kinds of things to raise money. Why choose something as big as a music festival?
Well, I'm probably going to kick that one to Ann because she was there for the first one and knows how the story went. I am a latecomer to the Optimist compared to Ann. She's a charter member. So Ann?
So what happened was the city of Lebanon, the chamber, put on the event. They did it for 2 years and they lost some money. And so they contacted our civic organization, the Optimist Club, and said, hey, would you guys be interested in taking over this music festival? And we were crazy enough to say, sure. None of us know anything about music. We don't know anything about festivals. None of us have any connection with blues at all. And we said, sure, we'll take it on and see what we can do. And we've made money ever since and have grown it from this small little one-day festival to what it is today, which is 2 days and with multiple things. And, we are so lucky in Southwest Ohio to have so many incredible musicians, not just in blues, which there's a ton. Just look at the lineup. They're all local, but you mentioned Third Friday and some of the other, Lebanon also has the country music festival, but there is so much music talent in Southwest Ohio, and it's great. We're lucky.
Very. And you've grown this into a community event, obviously, when you're talking vendors, you're talking crafts and food and all that available. So it's not just a place to come throw a blanket and hear music. I mean, you can stroll around, you can enjoy yourself, but you put together this thing, and somebody tag a little bit more on the women in blues, because I find that very interesting. I find it intriguing. Ed said it in a comment there a minute ago. He was looking forward to that. What made you do that?
Our music director is Jeff Hill. He's the president of the Dayton Blues Society. And since I think it was 2021, he has come up with a theme every year. In 2021, it was youth performers from the Pinetop Perkins Foundation. And last year we had homegrown talent. Everybody was local. Every band had a local connection. And so this year he decided to do Women in Blues. He's a judge at several different blues invitationals. And something just bit him. I think he had heard a lot of phenomenal women that year. And he said, well, next year's festival is going to be Women in Blues. And Ann and I both said, whatever you want to do, Jeff, put it together.
Well, and we've, Ed just said, that's funny. Ed chimed in there. He said, Jeff Hill has a good eye for talent. Yes. And I agree with that 100%. And Gina, you're one of these women in blues. You're, your voice is phenomenal, like I said, but you have joined forces even in the local blues community with other women. I've seen you do projects with Angela Combs. I've seen you do other things you've done. She's got that on her shirt. I've seen you do things. We've done an event together called Women Who Rock. So you came out from the rock side of things and did things. So what's it feel like to have this festival really honoring women in your, style?
Man, it's such an honor to be included in this, to sing on the same stage as some of these other women. Like I can't even explain it. Like, it's an honor to be a part of it. Like
It's
humbled.
an honor to have you there, and it's always an honor when people put things together with this kind of theme. I think it says a lot for what's happening in the music community. And anywhere you go now that you go to a blues show, you're going to see women up there fronting bands, and just powerhouse women. So you go to Memphis, I mean, it's the same way down there in the bars and clubs. There's a lot of women fronted blues bands now, and I think that's really cool to see. And Gina, you're just gonna smoke it that day. You know that. And I mean, I don't even say that. Johnny knows it. Yeah. Johnny's another one that has an eye for great talent, and coming together with you two and our friend Karis helping put that together for the inaugural thing, I think was really cool. I want to touch on a couple more things though. If people are coming to the city of Lebanon for this event, is there a specific thing you can describe of where they need to come in, where they need to park, those kind of things? How do we get to the festival, and is there a fee for the festival?
The festival's free. You obviously you buy whatever you want to buy from the vendors, and we certainly hope you'll buy from our watering hole. That's where we get the money to help the kids. But the festival itself is free. There are no tickets required. Bring a lawn chair. We do have tables and chairs, but they get taken pretty quickly. So bring one of those folding camping chairs so that you can pick out your spot under the trees. You bring a blanket if you'd rather sit on the ground. As far as parking, it is a downtown festival. So you are limited to city streets and city parking lots. You may have to walk a little bit, or we do have an Uber Lyft designated spot. So you can park in a big parking lot somewhere and then Uber into downtown and get dropped off within a half a block of the festival.
Perfect. And there's Angela Combs chiming in. Hi, Angela. Thanks for joining us today. Says, love your shirt. So easy access, though. I've been there for these big events in Lebanon. It's not, you don't have to walk that far. And
the town's not that big.
Yeah. And, there's plenty of on-street parking. There's plenty of parking lots and things in areas that once the businesses close up in the evening times are available as well. So that's an easy thing. And Kara just said Lebanon also has a public restroom, not just porta potties. Thank you for that.
That's true. It's new.
Yeah. No, and that's good because many of these festivals, by day 2, you don't necessarily want to go to the facilities at those festivals. I want to roll down real quick to Johnny here. Johnny, been playing blues a long time, my friend. This year, you guys, Gina and Johnny, got the honor to head to Memphis in January and represent us here locally at the IBC, as it's called, or International Blues Challenge. Did you expect that to happen? I mean, that was kind of wild to me. I know we've had representatives from our friends from CFG and the family down there last year, and you're going this year. What'd you think about that when you got that nod?
Well, it's pretty exciting. I've been, this will probably be my 5th time that I've competed in the IBC. I've kind of gotten maybe a little accustomed to what it's all about. Now, Gina has never been. And quite honestly, one of the reasons I really wanted to compete is so that Gina would have a chance to showcase what she's all about in front of the biggest of the biggest in the blues world in Memphis. So I'm really excited about that. I just can't wait to go. In fact, our friend Jeff Hill, he was one of the judges at our local challenge this year. So I'm just really excited about it. And to go with this group of people, it's a different band than Johnny Fink and the Intrusion. So it's different members, different dynamics, of course. And in fact, in Memphis, they now have a Women of the Blues showcase. So some of the females that will be down there at the IBC can enter into a showcase just for female fronted bands, which we are going to try and be a part of that. That's a lottery system though. So it's a luck of the draw if we could do that or not. So come January 12th, we'll know how well we did. But the experience itself is just one, and the connections and the relationships that you make down there. And it's all about networking. And like I said, I really think if some people that have some pull in the industry could hear this band, I think some even bigger and better things could happen. And we're not even 2 years old yet. We won't be 2 years old until September. That will be our 2nd year anniversary of the Gina and Johnny band.
You remember the first time you heard Gina sing, Johnny?
Yes. In fact, I could probably find the date, quite honestly, but it was about 10 years ago at the Cincinnati Blues Festival. And she played with a band called Tempted Souls, who is playing in the Lebanon Blues Festival as well. And she played right in front of us. Yeah. And so, when you're playing a festival like this, you have to be ready to go as soon as the other band's done. And I was on the side of the stage waiting my turn. And this little girl up with sunglasses up there who I'd never seen before, never heard her name before, is up there singing. And I remember doing one of these, somebody next to me like, did you hear this? And then she and I, remained friends and connected here and there over the last 10 years. But it really wasn't until we ran into each other a couple of years ago at the Bell and the Bears Jam. And that's when it sort of rekindled. And then you've probably heard the story. I had a gig. I lost my voice. I called Gina and said, I need a favor. I need you to come sing. I'll play, but I need somebody who can sing because I can't do it. And Karis was in the audience that night and texted me the very next day and said, please put a band together with her and play it. The Bell
and the rest is history, man. It is. Well, thank you for that story. That's a good one. And I remember at Peter's event, the first time I heard Gina sing with her other band, and she blew me away. I was like, this is going somewhere, and she's definitely done that. And being the festival chair, you've got a lot to do. I don't want to keep you too long today. Obviously, I know you guys are absolutely in the weeds, probably putting this together, but what gives you the drive to be the chair of this and, help with this community event and put this together? It takes so much work for someone.
It does. But the best part is when the festival's over and we have the money that we raised and we get to sit down and say, all right, what things are we going to fund for the kids? Where can we make a difference for the youth in our community? So we support and fund the anti-bullying programs in the Lebanon City schools. We do the Warren County Child Advocacy Center, which helps children that are abused mentally, sexually, physically, all of that. They do wonderful things, and we're so happy to support that. And just there's such a need for funding for these different programs, whether it's a Boy Scout, a Girl Scouts, the soccer team. We're able to provide that because of what we do. And that's the drive. But I do want to say real quick, if people can't come live to hear Gina and Johnny, we are live streaming it and they can watch it over and over and over again from our live stream. So we're really happy that we're able to provide that for everybody, for the bands and for people who can't make it in person.
I thought that was really cool when I saw you guys put that on your page. That's awesome that then people can come back later and watch it if you're busy, if you've got a wedding that day and can't be there, whatever, that goes on this time of year, at least. And Brent just said a minute ago, he says he's not going to miss a minute staying at the Golden Lamb both days. So he's supporting Lebanon, coming in and doing that. And thank you, Brent. And yes, Kara, you were asking about Johnny and Gina playing. It's at 5 p.m. on Saturday till 6:15.
Right. Scott, if I could add one thing, the live stream that they do at this festival is top notch. It is multiple cameras. It is angled. It's like you're watching a real deal. And I've used it myself. The video that was taken last year, I have it on my website. The visual is great. The audio is great. It is very professionally done. And I thank Kathy and Ann for putting that together, because not everywhere do you get to capture that and keep it forever.
No, you get a guy with an iPhone, and that's about it some places. Yeah. So that's great that you have a full blown production there. And I know your sound and lighting is always good down there in Lebanon. You guys always have the best in production as well when these events go on. So Kathy, real quick, anything else you want to add about the event from the Optimist Club side?
Well, we do. The live stream is live on Facebook, but it's also on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do that. You can see any of the festivals that I think we began the live stream in 2021. So they're all on there. And then this year's will be on there as well.
Is that Lebanon Blues Festival on YouTube?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, it is. Our title sponsor this year is Festo. They're a big robotics company out of Mainville. And they're bringing some robots that'll be we'll be playing in the street with robots while the music is going on. So for the kids or the kids at heart, come out and check out some of the robots. Oh,
they're going to love that for sure. All right. So that sounds like a plan. This is going on, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching here after we're live, it's going on at 5:30 starting on Friday night with musical acts. There are 11 musical acts in there. And let's just run them down. Little Red and the Rooster, Authorized Personnel, Sean Booker and the Dammit Band, Cheryl Renee on Saturday, kicking it off at 11. Sharon Lane, Novena, Amy McFarland, the Gina and Johnny Band, Tempted Souls Band, Lady Joya, and Teeny Tucker is the headliner on Saturday night at 9:30 there. So a big lineup of women in blues. I find that just to be great that you're doing that, and you're going to feature all these great voices, like my beautiful friend Gina McCann over here, who is just a wonderful voice. Gina, anything you want to add today?
No, just a thank you to Lebanon for having us, and I'm looking forward to this. And thank you, Scott.
She's so damn humble, but she's so good. She is. Johnny, anything else you want to add, buddy?
No, I hope to see everybody there over the weekend. Can't wait.
Great times. Let me pop it up here on the screen again. Let me see what I got. We'll put that up there for everybody to see. And again, there's musical acts, there's crafts, there's food, car and motorcycle show. Spend the whole weekend in Lebanon, folks. Do it. Go down there and have some fun. And I'm going to let you end it up here. Anything you have as the chairman of this, chairperson of this festival?
I'll tell you, with this weather this week, I just have to say it's rain or shine. And the rain always goes around the stage. So if it's raining where you are, it will not be raining on the stage.
It hits that Lebanon bubble. It does. Yes. And goes right around it. And I hope you have a great event all weekend long, folks. Gina and Johnny, best of luck to you on your set. And you're going to be surrounded by some great players there with the list of who's playing on Saturday. Hope you enjoy it. And Kathy, thanks for setting this up as well. I got a chance to meet Kathy one night, and we set this little show up. And I'm glad to be able to promote your event, because I think it's so important that these music festivals continue and roll on. And with what you're doing in the blues community, keeps it alive, folks. And that's what counts. Kathy, thank you so much up there.
We're very grateful. Thank you.
All right, guys, I think we're at a wrap here on the thing. Let me remind everyone one more time: Friday, August 2nd, Saturday, August 3rd, the Lebanon Blues Festival, 11 musical acts, music, food, crafts, and more. So join them there in downtown Lebanon, Mulberry Plaza. It's a beautiful place. Go see it if you haven't been there. Until next time, we'll be back with you tomorrow at 5 o'clock here live with Who's Playing Out, the best musicians and venues in the tri-state. We'll be bringing you our list, as we call it, so you can plan your musical weekend. But who needs to plan when you got this Friday and Saturday? Just go. Just go. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Kathy. Thank you, Ann.
Good Saturday.